Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. Not to be bedeviled by devils, and I actually mentioned in a video a while ago, quite a while ago, that in my answer to punks, I was going to be philosophically dismissive. In other words, when punks said something, I was going to point out to rational people what's going on rather than reply to the punks, because the punks do not get any benefit from it, but rational people do. So why even talk to the punks? The Spook says, you're not necessarily against the logic and the philosophy and logic of it in his latest video replying to me, but if you stunted but if you started considering and speaking about basic ideas with regards to language and with regards to philosophy, and then he doesn't finish that thought, which is rough because he leaves us hanging. He's got some concretes down there. He says if you start considering and speaking about basic ideas with regards to language and philosophy, if we started considering and thinking about basic ideas in philosophy and language, first of all, the question is, what are some basic ideas in philosophy and language, and what things would we consider about them? Two questions are open right there. But his next statement is, and if you quit trying to stitch together this blah 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 blah, and he goes off in a metaphor, you will find this every time a postmodernist opens their claptrap. You'll find that they resort to metaphor. They can't even get out of bed in the morning without a metaphor. They can't stand it. Like Kafka and the beetle upside down in the bed. I put that in there for Azrianock and company, who will know Kafka, and I put it in there for the hell of it. They always resort to some sort of a metaphor, some sort of a non-concrete, but more than that, it's non-concretizable. You can't even make it concrete. And if you try to make it concrete, when they reply, when you ask them a question or you criticize their statement in some way and say concretely, blah 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 blah, they will reply with something that you can't touch, something that's not real, something bizarre, a metaphor, an idea, something like saying that, like when I say, listen, Azrianock, science is objective and religion is not, and if one of them is going to have political power, it should be science. When I say that, and the Spook comes back and says, Azrianock is trying to go into, instead of just being on the surface of it, he's trying to go into a dialogue that is fresh. When they say shit like that, get ready. They got concentration camps in their back pocket. They're not joking. They don't know the joke either. That's the sad part. I've got a line in a poem I'll mention to you. As reason was smothered, what were we hearing? My God, can it be the people are cheering? The Spook doesn't necessarily know he's bringing concentration camps and the rule of the Muslims or whoever else, whatever catastrophe you want to name. He doesn't necessarily know that's his end game. But as Hernando de Soto once said, you don't always know who you're playing for. You don't always know whose side you're on. And he's got a twist of postmodernism for that, but give him that much credit that he sees that some of these idiots and imbeciles out there who think that they're playing for diversity of opinion and stuff are actually playing for dictatorship and single authoritarianism opinion. Every time Azrianock says, you know, everybody agrees on this, or the Spook says the leading authorities of the time, or whatever, you're just it's Goebbels and Marx and Hitler. And when I talk about Ayn Rand and her reasons, I don't just say objectivists and I say here's the reasons. Ayn Rand said this because, and I'll back it up. I'll back it up till I'm blue in the face, and I'll make 95 videos. You guys will just sit there and talk about going down in between, or are we just being exclusive, going around saying stuff that doesn't make any sense. This is just a note to you people. Do us all a favor and shut up.